Hey YouTube land, Tycondrius there, doing another action figure review, and today we're having a look at the 2022 Ultramarines Primaris Captain Sidonicus. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Sidonicus. He is one of the Ultramarine captains. He is a Primaris captain, and he is pretty much a Primaris in standard armor compared to the one that I previously reviewed, which was the Primaris in Gravis, or not Gravis armor. Was it Gravis armor? I think actually it was Gravis armor, but I digress. So it comes in the standard Warhammer 40,000 boxes that we come to know from Joytoy, and you have an image of the figure on the front. You can see these are for 15 plus. You have a bit of copyright info on the side and on both sides, and then the 40k logo on top and bottom. And then you have an image containing one 12cm collector's action figure and accessories, and then it's repeated in French. And you can see all the different gear he comes with and the different way he looks, which is pretty sweet. So everything comes in a little plastic tray on the inside. I won't open it up because I already have it all out of the box. He does come with a collector card similar to the previous Captain Voltian, which was the Gravis armor one. So this is the Sidonicus. Now, unfortunately, I can't read the stuff on the back because it's all in Chinese. So if anyone can translate it for me, it would be pretty cool. But unfortunately, I don't have a way of translating it. So go through his accessories first, and what comes loose in the box with him. So I'll take his accessories off. And if I can take off the thing that came loose with him, there we go. So the way he's packaged in the box, you get him like this: sans, backpack, and cape. Cape is actually quite nicely done. It has some weathering, or not weathering, but dry brushing, or dry brushing. It wouldn't be dry brushing, but kind of, yeah, be washes. Sorry, has some washes on it to give it that kind of weathered look. So it looks pretty cool. You have his standard backpack. This one doesn't seem to have the movable. Oh, actually they do. It's just stuck on these ones. It does have the movable vents. This piece is shown as separate on the box. You can see it there, but it is glued into place, and I wouldn't recommend pulling it off to remove it. It is a pain in the butt to try and glue these things back into place. You can see the Ultramarine logo on the back of mine has fading on it because it's not fully painted, but that is one thing that is missing on this. I'll just put it down to battle scarring. These guys are in battle all the time, so you can plug the backpack in without the cape if you want, but it is designed that you can put the cape over this vent piece that the backpack connects into, and then you plug that in and away you go. So he has a lot of traditional Space Marine captain gear. So he has that Terminator icon. Is it the Crux Imperialis, I think it's called? I can't remember the name of the icons, but he has that. You have this logo on the bottom of his leg that you would get with the transfer sheet for the Ultramarines. I think it was the note he had been a captain at one point. And you got this cool sculpted skull. You have a laurel on this side. You have the double-headed eagle on this side. You have his Aquila in the center with a skull. You have his Ultramarine logo. Again, Ultramarine logo on the back. You have the iron halo on the top. He has his big Romanesque style puffy hair thing. He has a bionic eye implant. Now, this guy doesn't come with the alternate unhelmeted head like the Captain Voltian did. You could swap Volton's head onto this if you wanted to have the unmasked head. The only difference is he wouldn't have the bionic eyepiece. Normally when Space Marine helmets have this bionic eyepiece, it means the Marine's head underneath has a bionic eye as well, so it's incorporated into their helmet. But that is beside the point. He has this icon or relic on his front piece, and then he has a tabard going down, and then he has a pistol holster with a pistol on it. Now he does come with a pistol. Unfortunately, you don't come with an option. It would be kind of cool if they could design a way where this just slots in and slots back out, so that when you want him to have no pistol, to show that he's actually holding his pistol, you can just slide that little trigger out and it looks like he's holding it. He has what looks like a grenade. He has oh god, what are they called? They Name is this gone blank on me. It's those things that all the Marines, most of the Marines have again. And I know someone is probably going, it's one of those, you idiot. But yeah, he has those things that nearly all Marines have on their guns and weapons and stuff. And then on the back, you can see he has 2 pockets. It looks like another grenade pouch and just a pouch. And then he has his actual gear, which we'll get into. So he comes with quite a lot of stuff. So he comes with a power sword, which is quite nicely done. There is a bit of a power sheen to the blue here, where the electrodes, or whatever you want to call it, goes up. It has a nice dark metal to silver metal on the top. If you really wanted to, you could repaint this thing and give it a far more kind of power sword look to it. Like from miniature standpoint, I've seen people do the blades with kind of blue lightning going all the way up to the top into like a big blade. You could do that with it if you wanted to. You could go to town on it. He comes with a closed fist, closed punchy fist. This is a first for me. He comes with a pointing over there fist, which is a kind of traditional Space Marine captain type thing. You have like usually in the Space Marine captains, you'll have like a power fist that's pointing or something like that. Whereas this guy has his pointy fist, like you go over there, or I'm coming over here to kick your arse kind of thing. He has his bolt pistol. I would have loved if they'd given him a plasma pistol, but I think there is a different captain figure that has the plasma pistol. And then he has this kick-ass bolt gun, which is the same as the ones that came with the standard Marines. It even has the removable magazine, which is pretty sweet. And it's done in black instead of the red that the Death Company ones got. He has a grip hand for the sword for his left hand, or sorry, his right hand. He comes with the left hand grip hand attached. He also comes with a open palm hand. So if you have the bolt gun, you can have him holding it 2-handed, or you can have him holding it in one hand. Now, I will say that when I got this guy out of the box, his hands were a bit tight to get the figures in, the guns in, which is interesting because most of the time the hands have been fairly gummy enough that you can get the weaponry in. So I had to heat up the sword holding hand a bit to get it to fit in, but it does hold. Now, I do find that the articulation on mine is a little loose for the sword hand. I'm not sure if it's just due to weight of the sword, because these are fairly large looking swords, but on occasion it'll just go plump. So it depends on what you're doing it. Now, as far as I know, this guy and some of the guys that were released around the same time as this guy are using a new 2.0 body. So I think when I get around to comparison with the intercessors, the primaris, yeah, intercessors, the main tactical squad guys, you'll see that this guy should be a little bit taller because they redesigned them to be a little bit taller. But for articulation, whose head is on a ball joint, can rotate all the way around should you wish, can kind of up, forward, back, slide, tilt. These arms can go out, but not much. These shoulder pads do get in the way a bit more than on some of the other figures. It doesn't seem to have the exact same ball joint that the others have, that give them that extra range of movement, and I don't want to stretch it or over force it. There is a swivel in the bicep. There is double jointed elbows. Same on both sides. The hands are on a ball joint, so you can get full range of rotation on it and can move side to side. Doesn't really hinder it. They're not too hindered. It's actually a double ball joint, so you can actually move it, click it to the side, or click it up and click it down, so you can get extra range of movement on it. So you can get him looking like he's firing down his barrel. His legs do kick forward, do kick back, has a double jointed knee system. Now, I always thought these large pieces are supposed to be knee pads and move with the thing, but on the primaris, I think these are actually incorporated into the knees, or it's just the way they're designed to kind of make it easier for the figures, that they have like a padding underneath instead. The legs can't really kick out to the side. He does have a thigh swivel, and does have rocker ankles. He has peg holes on the feet, and he has these toe articulation points as well. So he is quite articulated. Oh, and he has waist and upper diaphragm, so you can get some good range of movement on that. it is a bit tricky with all the gear in his way to try and get a hold of some of the spots to position him, and just be careful. Some of these might pop out off the glue. The way they're glued on, they might be a bit fragile, so just be careful with those. But overall he's a pretty damn cool figure. I do prefer the plain primaris style armor captains than the Gravis guy, who I will bring in for comparison. So I'm just going to move his gear out of the way. These just pop onto the ball joint. I'm going to have to move a few bits around the place to get this guy. I did manage to get his helmeted head on. I'm not sure if I showed it off the last time. I think the last time I had him with his standard head. But here is the Gravis captain with his helmeted head. If I just move his head to the side. Now you can see the swords are actually different. They don't have the same power sword. The handle on the primaris, the Gravis armor guy is a lot longer, and it has a skull on the bottom of the hilt for the primaris captain, whereas the Gravis one just has a kind of plain, looks like almost hammer hilt to the bottom of it, or not the hilt but the butt of the sword. And then for another size comparison, because I have him handy as well, we're bringing good old, I can't remember his name, but he's the Librarian. He is also, I believe, in Gravis style armor, because he has that big chunkier look to him. And then for a bog standard Marine, I have one of the Marines. So you'll see what I mean by this guy being taller than the standard Marines. You can see, actually, I'm not sure if it's showing it here across on the camera, but he is actually a good deal taller. Yeah, let's get these guys out. Oh crap, where's his chainsaw? I'm not too sure. So here's the sergeant from that set. And if I can get one of the other figures, I'm going to move this box out of the way altogether. Move Mr. Gravis armor back here. Mr. Hugh over here. I know these guys have names, and I can't remember their names. Mr. Librarian back here. Just move your arm down so guys can stand next to you a bit better. You can stand there, you can see the height. And do I have one of the other guys nearby? Is that one of the infiltrators or the incursors? I do indeed. Put you in here. Maybe just move you off the side. And move you here. So you can see the scaling between all these figures. They're pretty cool. The new 2.0 body seems to be a good chunk taller than the previous ones. So the primaris guys do tend to look a little bit cooler next to him. So all in all, he's a pretty dope figure. I got this guy from Locker Toys. I'm not sure if they still have them available, because they have stuff available and then they sell out of them, and I don't think they get them back in. I do have a bunch of stuff pre-ordered on Big Bad Toy Store, but if I can get them through Locker Toys, they tend to have them in stock before Big Bad Toy Store. But if you're out of luck on Big Bad Toy, or out of luck on Locker Toys, Big Bad Toy Store do have them. They're usually a couple of months difference of the ship time, and it's depending, they are a little bit more expensive, unfortunately. So you have to pick and choose where you're getting these guys from. But if you can get them from a decent spot, go for it. I picked this guy up on his own. I know there's a bunch of figures with him that are kind of like supposed to be released around the same, or that were released around the same time. They're all kind of either captains or lieutenants. They're all kind of character style figures, so they are pretty cool looking. And just for scale comparisons, we'll bring in a couple of different 4-inch scale figures. Here is the poor dog runner from the Joytoys line, which looks dwarfed next to Space Marines. And because I reviewed them recently, here is the 4-inch Deathstroke. We'll bring in one of the Batmans. Batman can go against the Space Marines. These are all in scale, by the way, as in the Space Marines are supposed to be a 1:18 or 4-inch scale figure. So because Space Marines are at least a 8 to 10, or is it between 9, actually 9 and 10 foot tall. They are quite a tall figure. So, oh, and it's good to have him handy, and he's sitting next to me. I need a bit of a cleanup, but here he is next to, or here they are next to one of the 25th anniversary G.I. Joe figures. So you can still see they tower over these guys. So pretty cool figure. If you like the Ultramarine look, he's pretty cool. There's some even cooler looking Imperial Fist and, or is it Blood Angel character models if you more prefer those chapters. Or you could get this guy and repaint him to a chapter of your liking if you want to. I'm not sure how paints go on these guys. I haven't really repainted any of them. The only thing I really did was give this guy a kind of flesh wash to just make him look a little bit better. But like, other than that, you could go to town on repainting these guys into a different chapter if you wanted. The icons aren't, the iconography aren't sculpted on, in the sense that the Ultramarine logos aren't really sculpted on most of these. So you could actually paint over the Ultramarine badge and put a different chapter on it if you wanted to, and, like, you know, repaint the whole miniature figure itself to match what you collect. But overall, it is a really good figure. So hope you enjoyed this quick video review, and as always, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Cheers, guys.